The Eastern Conference Finals matchup has been set, and it will be the Miami Heat versus the Boston Celtics. This is the third straight year these two teams are meeting each other in the playoffs. In 2010, before LeBron was there, the Heat won in 5. Or not the Heat, sorry, the Celtics won in 5. My bad. And then in 2011, when LeBron and Bosh came to town, the Heat and Celtics matched up again in the second round, only this time the Heat would take it in 5. And here they are again, meeting in the playoffs, and this time in the Eastern Conference Finals. And Chris Bosh may not even be there this time, except maybe the end of the series, and that's not even official. So anyway, let's take a look at the two teams and how they got there. The Heat looked very impressive against the New York Knicks, dominating almost every game except Game 4 as they won the series in 5. They struggled the first 3 games in round 2 against the Pacers, but they took 4, 5, and 6 and dominating display from LeBron James and Dwayne Wade. So that's how they got to this point. The Celtics, they looked pretty good against the Hawks, taking 4 out of 6, winning the series in 6, and as they were a road team in the series, but they got the job done against a very talented group of guys in the Atlanta Hawks. They struggled against the 76ers though in the second round. I was very surprised about that. It took 7 games and a fourth quarter flurry from Rajon Rondo to close that series out against Philly. So it's kind of they've been kind of a rocky, inconsistent team, and yeah, but nevertheless they're in the playoff. They're in the Eastern Conference Finals. So let's break down the matchups. And point guard, we got Mario Chalmers versus Rajon Rondo. Chalmers is a great 3-point shooter, but I feel like at times he's been inconsistent this whole postseason. So, and the way Rondo is playing, I have to take Rondo over Chalmers. You just have to at this point. Now shooting guard, we got Dwayne Wade and Ray Allen. Ray Allen, who's known as one of the best 3-point shooters of the series, has struggled mightily in this series. He hasn't had like one very dominant game this entire postseason, and that's been very discouraging for Celtics fans. Meanwhile, Dwayne Wade, ever since that bad little meltdown in Game 3, has dominated every game since, even putting a 40-pointer to close out the Pacers. So, advantage Dwayne Wade and the Miami Heat. Now the shooting forwards, you got Shane Battier versus sorry, I'm losing track. Paul Pierce. But Battier, great defender and a 3-point shooter, great. But I think Paul Pierce has the experience, an MVP style mojo, and a more experienced guy. And I just can't pick Battier over Pierce, so I gotta give the advantage to Paul Pierce and the Celtics. Power forward, we got Kevin Garnett versus LeBron James. I know LeBron James is technically a shooting forward, but I know he plays a lot of power forward too, and he did last series, so I put him on that category. LeBron he's been looking dominant in this postseason, just like last year, with the exception of the finals. And Kevin Garnett has been on fire this postseason. He's been dominating almost every game he's been in. However, I can't choose Garnett over James, so I'm going to take LeBron James. And last but not least, centers, we got, well, Ronnie Turioff's not the starting center. Joel Anthony versus Brandon Bass. Bass has looked impressive this series, or really he looked impressive in Game 5 of the second round. And Joel Anthony, he's been kind of inconsistent at times, but yet that's really for both guys. I mean, I can't really choose a permanent winner in this matchup, so I'm going to call these two teams even. So that's a split. Bench versus bench. They're both not really that deep on the bench. I think I would consider this an even split, because it's mostly the starters that get all these teams points and not the bench players. So I mean, I can't really choose between the two, so that's that. And with on that, I should have measured. Man, I don't know. Anyway, but if you want my prediction, it's this. I think the Celtics will play a little bit better than last year against the Heat. However, I don't think they have enough consistency or enough athleticness to really challenge Miami this whole series. So and the way LeBron and Wade are playing, if they keep playing like they're playing right now, it's gonna be over. And I'm gonna say it's gonna be Heat in 6. So Miami will make the second straight trip to the finals. And as I predicted earlier, I predicted the Thunder to beat the Spurs in 7. So I'm looking at a Heat Thunder matchup in the NBA Finals. It should be very enticing. But that is your preview. Leave comments below. Leave your predictions and thoughts, whatever, down there. Give me some love. I'm out.